Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with a very like makeshift kind of video. So if you have been following me on Instagram and also really on YouTube, you may know that I am moving from Denver to Kansas City. It is, what's today? It is Tuesday and I'm moving on Sunday. So I kind of mentioned a couple times in my Instagram stories, and you can follow me, by the way. I'm at Schoolhouse of Iron on Instagram. I'll put it down below. But yeah, I kind of mentioned in my Instagram stories that I am just kind of packing up my Bath & Body Works. I have gotten a few requests to show how I'm packing my Bath & Body Works. So literally I'm here like, just like in my flip-flops, and you can't see in the video, but there is a ton of stuff around me. I'm just kind of like in my living room. But yeah, I just wanted to show you very quickly how I move my Bath & Body Works, because again, if you've been with my channel for a while, you know that I'm kind of nomadic. Like I just kind of tend to move around. My fingers are crossed that Kansas City is going to be a permanent thing, but we'll see. But yeah, so this is just kind of how I moved. I have a pretty big collection right now. And so I did have to do a little bit of finagling with moving it around, but I just wanted to share with you how I did it. So like I said, this is going to be like a little janky and a little makeshift, but it just kind of is what it is when you're in the midst of moving. So yeah, let me share that with you. So I'm going to come over here first. So this is probably like the weirdest, I guess, thing that I do. So about 2 years ago when I moved from the DC Metro to Denver, I used this kind of system. So what I have here is actually a box from U-Haul. So you can buy like a set where you can buy like a box with dividers for like glassware and plates and stuff like that. So I bought one for glassware just so I could pack my glasses from my kitchen. And I know it's a little bit janky, like I said, but I am telling you, your glasses that don't quite, I guess, like fill up the entire like space that it's in, Bath & Body Works products are actually a really good filler for that. So primarily I've put my creams in there. Like you can see down here at the bottom, I have those 3 kind of periwinkle creams. Those are my 1 in a millions. And I do have a couple other like lotions and minis and whatever to kind of fill them. So like I said, it looks a little trashy, but there's kind of a tenet in like nomadic living, I guess, where if it don't shake, it don't break. So really what I wanted to do with my glasses was just kind of create some filler so that they wouldn't move around, especially because I do have some stemless champagne flutes in there, and those are pretty, you know, I mean, they're tall, but they're skinny. So, you know, I wanted to put some products around them so that it kind of fills the space and helps them not move around. So again, it's just a box that has dividers in it. So back in the day, before I actually paid for my own boxes, I would go to the liquor store a lot because they would have, you know, like boxes with dividers. That, if you're kind of on a budget and don't want to pay for your boxes and you don't mind moving a whole bunch of little ones, liquor stores actually have a lot of boxes with dividers that I very easily put a lot of Bath & Body Works products into. So if you're, I don't know, like I said, maybe younger, maybe you don't want to pay for your boxes, liquor stores are a good option for boxes with dividers to put your Bath & Body Works in. All right, so moving on, also something that I do is I have a nesting box here. It's like a goldish color and I got it from Home Goods. This is primarily where I'm putting my shower gels, some minis, and just kind of like random little bits. So I put my shower gels in here just because they're actually really perfect with the height of the box. They just fit in there really nicely and they don't move around. So what I've done here is, if you see like all these lines, again, I posted on Instagram a while ago that what I'll do, especially with the lotions and also the shower gels, because in my experience, the lids will kind of like move around a little bit, is I actually take electrical tape, I'll wrap it around where the cap meets the bottle a couple of times, and then I will also wrap it so that it covers the mouth of the bottle. So I find that electrical tape works really nicely. I used to sell Bath & Body Works on eBay, and I would do that when I shipped it just to make sure that it wouldn't, you know, like explode or open or whatever in transit, and it's always worked for me. That's also how I got my stuff across the ocean to Australia when I expatriated for a year. So you will see some that don't have the black tape on them. That's because they're already sealed because I purchased them online or whatever. So that's why occasionally you'll see some that don't have that tape. But for the ones that I purchased in store or I've used or whatever, that's why I tape them. The electrical tape is fabulous. It works every time. I've never had an issue with it. Coming down here, I do have some tote. This is just like a plastic tote that I bought from Target. I usually keep cleaning supplies in here. Usually this is in my laundry area and it's just full of like whatever. But I decided to actually put a whole bunch of soaps in here. So, oh my goodness, throwing stuff. So as you can see, I'm like struggling here. As you can see, like down below, I do have a whole bunch of soaps in here, and I have my 2 up top with the lavender marshmallow that I just bought from SAS, and a couple of my fine fragrance mists in black raspberry vanilla. So for me, the name of the game is really just kind of making the most out of my space and just kind of filling the space so that things don't move around too much. Soaps can be a bit of a pain to move just because the nozzle or like the pump can break off and whatever. But I find that as long as you pack them tightly, it's okay. And they really don't need the electrical tape just because they do stay on kind of tight. You just have to be careful, like I said, with the pump, and it's all good. Moving on, so like I said, this is totally like ratchet, but you know, if you move around like I do, it kind of is what it is. So moving down here, I also have a number of packing cubes. I really swear by packing cubes for traveling. And here with my Bath & Body Works, they're actually a really perfect size for just moving product. So here I have 2 midnight pomegranates, and then underneath that, I just have my lotions put together there. So like I said, really what I'm doing is trying to pack these as tightly and efficiently as possible. That's really my game, with just making sure I can get everything moved, and also it doesn't move around within like the container or whatever I put them in. Finally, over here, this is where I have all of my candles. I do have a couple like random at the beach fine fragrance mist that I actually bought yesterday when I went into a store to exchange a couple candles. So I actually have a lot of candles right now. It's really unusual for me to have so many, but I have like 40. It's kind of ridiculous. So what I did is I actually had about 6 candle crates saved and just kind of stored where I store my candles year round. And I just kind of pulled those and put my candles into them. When I went to Bath & Body Works yesterday, in addition to exchanging 2 candles, I also grabbed an extra candle crate in an extra large bag, just because I like straight up just told the associate like, hey, I'm moving, can I have an extra crate and a large bag? And she had no problem with that. So if you don't have crates and you're moving, then I would recommend just going into a Bath & Body Works and saying, hey, this is my situation. Can I have a couple crates? Can I get a large bag? And really for me, it's the easiest way to carry candles. So I do have 2 large bags. So I have my crate there, and I also have my crate in here. Plus I just have like a random Yankee candle, some room sprays, and then some of my candle holders. So not especially exciting, but this is really how I do it. It kind of has to be calculated, especially if you don't want like broken glass and spilled product and whatever. It just kind of needs to be kind of thought out. And even though it looks a little bit crazy, this is actually a very thought out situation that I have. And then, like I said, finally up here with my 2 other candle crates. There are 2 in each of those bags, by the way. They're deep enough that I can put 2 in there. And those are my bags. Like the red one is like the OG, like original Candle Day bag that they came out with. I think that was back in like 2015 or 2016. Hello, kitty. And then, yeah, the bottom one is just the ones that we've had a couple of times. So yeah, this is it. Like I said, it looks like kind of janky, a little bit ratchet, but even though it looks crazy, like I said, I've kind of moved around enough and shipped products and whatever that I'm kind of like well practiced, oddly, with transporting Bath & Body Works products, and this is how I do it. So if you have any questions, definitely drop them down below. Again, it's Tuesday. I'm moving on Sunday. If you're moving or need to store them or whatever, yeah, just definitely drop some questions. I can certainly address those for you. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on the Instagram at Schoolhouse of Iron. I'll put that down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.